Hey, you're listening to Rising into Mindful Motherhood. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. I'm a barefoot mama bear, pharmacist, integrative fertility health coach, and lover of all things nature and animals. I'm on a mission to have intentional conversations about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to fertility, pregnancy, postpartum, and beyond. My mindful guests and I will be talking about struggles, wins, natural wellness, and how we grow and transform as we enter motherhood. My background in healthcare has shown me how broken our medical system is. My own struggles to become pregnant has shown the lack of support for mamas to be, the lack of guidance for women to have a nourishing and vibrant pregnancy, the isolation, mom guilt, and all the things we hold after bringing baby earthside. I want this platform to be a place where women can feel connected, safe, and supported to share and hear their stories. A place to use our voice to discuss and advocate about what we need and deserve as mothers. So let's dive in, shall we? Just get started. So thank you so much, Christina, for being here today. Christina is one of my one-on-one clients, but she's also my business and my transformation coach. So I would definitely say, Christina, you really instilled the value of investing in yourself and hiring a coach, because that's one of
Mm-hmm.
the things that you talk about is you spent 7 years, trying to work on your business, and it wasn't until you hired someone who had
Yeah.
been there until you really started seeing results. So, um, I feel that goes for any type of coach that you could hire to help you further where you are. So, that's just to share a little background of Christina and I. We did a 1 month coaching package
Yep.
back in February, I think. And then you kind of changed your mind and you decided you wanted to start trying sooner than you originally thought. So then we started one-on-one coaching in May. So I can't wait to dive in and talk more about your personal story.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm happy to share openly about this journey. At first I really did my husband and I did not think that we wanted to have children. And so I was kind of dipping my toe in the water with that 1 month program that you had. And I just knew that I wanted to come off my birth control. I wanted to I had been on Zoloft for years because of burnout from retail pharmacy, but I never tapered off of it. So I was definitely very nervous to do it by myself. And I am a healthcare professional, I am a pharmacist. So I know all of the mechanisms and all of those things. But to me, there's no substitute for having someone hold you in the space and be able to cry, which when I came off the hormones, there was so much of this roller coaster ride. And so for me, even as someone who is a healthcare professional, doctor at a pharmacy, it to me, investing in a coach with you specifically, I was just really drawn to your energy, that nurturing, loving, gentle energy just really helped me feel safe. And I think that that's so important when you're going through your journey, that can feel so destabilizing because you're
Mhm.
looking at other people who are getting pregnant like that, and then you hear people say, oh, I sneezed and got pregnant. Oh, my sister said, oh, well, I just got drunk and had my boys. I'm like, all right, well, that's you, but that's not
Mhm.
me. And so I think having someone like you who not only looks at the nutrition and all of the practical things, but also that bringing into the picture, like the mind body spirit connection, and looking at calming your nervous system and all of the tools that you bring, in addition to all of the other amazing things. I have some of your oils here, that
Yeah.
you've gifted to me. I think is just such a winning combo to feel safe, so that your body isn't under stress, to ease that conception and to really accelerate the path. So mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember one of the things we worked on was getting you off of your birth control too. That
Yeah.
was our biggest focus. So I feel like even as pharmacists and healthcare professionals, it's not discussed how damaging birth control can be
Yeah.
to your bodies. And then also having those artificial hormones and then coming off of it. I remember really working with you on just trying to reconnect to your body and
Hmm.
like the natural cycles and ebbs and flows of our hormones and all those good things.
Well, and you taught me so much. And again, I'm a pharmacist, but I don't know if I was sleeping in class that day. I don't remember all the
Yeah.
phases and anything that you've educated me so much on what to eat during certain times of my cycle, how to nourish my hormones, supplements, helping my husband with his, because he's had some challenges as well with his health. And I think that that is so valuable to work within the couple as well. Like I wanted to bring this up because it's not just me. It's the husband too, right? It's the partnership of, like, he's going through his own health
Mhm.
things too, and so he's able to say, hey Katie, I have a question. I'm able to say, hey, can you look this up? And you are trained to know, okay, like this is the evidence-based recommendation that I have, and I don't have to spend time going and researching that, which is really helpful for me because I'm an entrepreneur. And so it's such a time saver. It's such a nice support to have, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. Thanks so much
Hmm.
for talking about that because I am more than happy to include the spouses because at the end of the day, it's not just all on the woman. I mean, you have DNA coming from the sperm and the egg, and you want them both to be healthy and viable to bring a healthy child into the world. And beyond fertility and conception, you both being in good health is going to bring years of vitality. You could live longer. You're going to be able to show up and be more present for your children. Because if you're not in good health or you have chronic conditions, you might not be able to keep up with that toddler who's go, 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 which that's the stage I'm in right now with Olivia. And it's a lot. I mean, they wake you up in the middle of the night, they wake you up at 5 in the morning. And so to have that health beyond conception
Mm.
is so important.
Yeah, and I do want to bring that point up about reconnecting to your body, because as somebody who is very busy and type A and on the go, I think it's important to have that space. Like, I think, in the luteal phase, you and I talked about this, of my cycle, not doing strenuous activity, not overtaxing my body. Because I think as women, especially as busy people in the world, we're used to overriding our body. We're like, let's push through, let's do what we have to do because that's
Mhm.
what we were trained to do. But I think this journey with you has helped me connect more to my body, be aware of my cycle. My cycle is, I know exactly what's happening now every single day of the month. I'm like, yep, this is my LH is going to peak on this day. This is exactly what's going to happen. And you really gave me the tools, and continue to give me tools to learn about that and explore from a place of curiosity what my body's going through, what to
Mhm.
expect, and just things that I would have not even known. And again, I'm a healthcare professional, but I didn't know anything about, like, the prove test, doing
Mhm.
the PHG testing. That's just such a game changer to have. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, so you and I just worked on confirming that you're ovulating. So
Yes.
yes, for that is whew, right?
and I
Such a
and
relief.
I'm an open book, and I will say I've been on this journey with you since, what, May, and I
Hmm.
thought it was going to be like right away, because that's how I'm used to having things go in my life. I'm like, I'm going to work towards this. This is what's going to happen. We wrote a book in 2 months.
Yeah.
Things in my world typically happen right away, and so this
Mhm.
journey, even though I'm healthy, and I'm ovulating and all of that, it takes, the patience, it takes, being able to let go of the outcome, all of that, really comes into play. So it's not just the nutrition piece, it's like the spiritual, energetic piece that I think is important too, that you and I always talk about, of like, where is your energy? Are you focusing on, oh my gosh, like I only have the one line on the pregnancy test this month, or, or like, what is your mindset around that? I think that's so important to have as well, because if you're just by yourself and you're in this turmoil of, oh my gosh, all this is happening, and you don't have support, like grounded support, I feel like you
Mhm.
are, then it can feel very lonely. It can feel like, what's wrong with me? And then you swirl into all these stories about yourself, well, maybe I'm too old, or I'm 34, I'm, geriatric pregnancy, all of those things come up. And so I think it's important to have that too, to navigate those, a lot of the myths that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you bring that up, um, about where our minds can go when we don't get
Yeah.
pregnant. And luckily for you, you have a very solid foundation of that awareness, but a lot of women don't have that. So to
Hmm.
have a coach there by their side to help guide them through that, I think is priceless, really.
Right. And I love what you said at the beginning about, investing in yourself, because no one else in my family ever had, hired a health coach or anything. And I'm like, no, I have a health coach. Like, this is, and I celebrate that, because I feel like I'm the type of person that I need that safe space to land in this journey of my, first potential pregnancy. I'm
Mhm.
scared. I'm terrified. I'm like, my situation's gonna be all who knows what. Like, I go to that catastrophizing, like, oh my gosh, this baby's gonna come out of this. Like, I don't know how this is gonna happen. And so I need that. I need that person like you to comfort me, like, hey, it's gonna be okay. So I need it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know when you do become pregnant, we're going to work together during
Yeah.
that amazing time too, because there's so many changes that are happening, and it can be very, very overwhelming to know it all or do it all by yourself. So
Hmm.
I think that that will be really exciting. And I think you kind of brought up, touched upon, and during this fertility phase, it's a transformation. You are basically, it's the beginning, because once you become a mother, you're a totally different person. But I think that that starts when you decide you want
Yeah.
to have a child. That is when
Hmm.
that starts. So it's a a total transformation and an awakening really
Hmm.
into, I think, who you were meant to be. It brings out so many different things. It's wild. It really is. But
Yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be interesting.
oh, I think it'll be so good for you. It'll be so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, so how did you decide that I was the coach for you? What did that look like for you?
Like everything else in my, whenever I make a decision, it's like, we're going all in. So God, like, I really am very intuitive. So God kept showing me you just in my meditations, and I kept being pulled to your energy. And I was like, I think I messaged you on Facebook one day, and I just said, I think I'm gonna hire you. It was like this, it wasn't even my rational brain, it was like my subconscious was just pulling me to you. And at the time I didn't realize what was happening, but I think that was the pivotal point of deciding I want to leave a legacy in this world. Like, I have books, I have my business, but for me, I think it was just, um, that decision of, I want to break the cycle of generational
Hmm.
trauma in my, like, there's so much that went into it. I
Hmm.
think, because it's your legacy, and you get to bring this child up to, hopefully influence and keep your lineage going. So I feel like it was so many things came up for me, just because I've experienced a lot of trauma, and again, having someone there to support you through, because your body is your subconscious mind. So I had so much in my body still that I didn't realize. I've had
Hmm.
eating disorders, I've had abuse, I've had physical abuse. And so moving through that, a lot of stuff came up when you and I started working together, because it's like, okay, now I'm being more aware of my body. Now I'm starting to picture what it would be like to become pregnant and have my body change and all of this. I'm used to being in control and having my
Mm-hmm.
free time and all of that. So I think it definitely can trigger, especially if you have trauma, it can trigger a lot. And so I think with your background, it's so important to, for anybody watching, just know, like, give yourself permission to lean on support. So often as women, we're like, oh, like I have to do it on my own. I don't want to bother anybody, or, you feel guilty or whatever it is. This is a gift. This is something that you give to yourself that will impact your future children for years to come, if you think about it. Because your nutrition, your supplements, your mindset, your stress, your state impacts your fertility. And
Mm-hmm.
so looking at that holistic picture, I think, is really going to help so many people. Like, I love your Instagram. You're always educating, you're always helping. And the Confident Conception membership, all of these things are really going to help empower women to influence future generations, which is so cool.
I want to invite you to my upcoming free transformative 3-day workshop called Unlock Your Fertility Potential. The intent of the workshop is to really help you overcome common fertility setbacks to finally achieve your dream of motherhood. The workshop is packed with evidence-based strategies, expert guidance from myself, and a supportive community of like-minded women who are on the same journey. It is designed for women who are truly ready to take charge of their fertility and optimize their chances of conceiving. Plus, once you sign up, you will instantly receive my exclusive fertility bonus kit and have access to our workshop members only community. And during the workshop, you are going to have opportunities to win prizes such as free coaching, my must-have fertility resources, and exclusive discounts. And this is the first time I've ever done this. I will be offering a very exciting free bonus offer at the end of the workshop. And I have never done this free offer before, but I'm super pumped to just see how it can benefit you on your fertility journey, how it can benefit the women who are saying yes to themselves by signing up and registering to attend this free workshop. But before I give anything away, the link to register is right in the show notes, and please feel free to pay it forward and share with anyone that you think could benefit from it. And even if you don't specifically know anyone, feel free to take the link where you're registering and share it on your social media. You can just say, hey, in case anyone's interested, there's this free 3-day fertility workshop, and provide the link. So either way, I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you at the workshop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And actually, I don't know if you know this, if you have a girl around 20 weeks, they actually start developing eggs in their ovaries. So you're not
Wow.
only carrying your daughter, but you are carrying your grandchildren in your body
Wow.
while you're pregnant. Like, isn't that wild?
Yeah, I never knew that. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was trying to get pregnant, I was so hyper focused on the outcome, get pregnant, get pregnant, get pregnant. And, pharmacist type A, why isn't it happening?
Yeah.
Rational mind.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't until when I was pregnant that I started really diving into learning all these, like, the health that you're in when you conceive and when you're pregnant. That can actually set the pace and the tone for your children's health.
Mm,
Asthma, diabetes, just allergies, so many things that could impact your child. So just by
wow.
taking the time, especially before you get pregnant, because when you are pregnant, you're dealing with food aversion, sometimes nausea, so many different things that it
Hmm.
can sometimes be harder to stay in that healthy state. Whereas if you're starting off on a better foot,
Hmm.
that can be really impactful for your fertility. And so you want to have a great pregnancy. You want to feel good. I was walking every single day until I gave birth. Um,
Wow.
I went into labor one day shy of 42 weeks pregnant, so I was 2 weeks overdue. And we were actually about to walk that day, but then I started going into labor, so we didn't. But yeah, that's what I want for everyone. I want you to feel good. I don't want you to have gestational diabetes or preeclampsia or anything that, puts you on bed rest. I want you to be able to feel good in your body and remember that being pregnant was just the most magical time of your life, really. So,
That's beautiful. Yeah, I
yeah.
really feel that. Mm.
Yeah.
Let's pray for
So,
that.
yes. What would you say has been the biggest like realization for you with us working together?
I would say it's probably, I think so. The first couple months that I got a negative pregnancy test, I was just so upset. And I was going to the old stories of like, I'm old, I'm 34, that's why it's not happening. Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my husband? All of those negative thoughts. And then, I think especially because I feel held by you when we're looking at everything, especially as a type A person, I'm like, all right, what can we control? We can control my supplements, looking at my blood work, nutrition. Like, I think all of that, like just being able to see my own health and
Hmm.
my husband's health, and even, him decreasing alcohol, taking certain supplements, all of that, I think really brought so much awareness to, I think, the patience that is needed. Because for some reason, I'm very spiritual, so I believe, if God wanted me to be pregnant right now, then that's what's in my reality right now. Something needs to click into place in order for this to happen. And so I'm trusting in that divine timing. And I think that was a big shift, like going from wanting to just have an immediate result to then trusting. And honestly, I don't cry. I get a negative pregnancy test. I get my period. It's okay, and we're gonna keep trying. I'm not old. I've definitely changed a lot of those like beliefs, and really growing that connection with my husband, I think, is important too, because it's not just me. I'm not the one making all the sacrifices. He also needs to be, with me and connecting. And I think that has bonded us in a way. And
Yeah.
he'll pop on at the end of every session and, try to make jokes and make us laugh. But I'm really proud of him too, for like, he's just been so selfless with, yeah, what do I need to do? Okay, stop drinking totally. Okay, I'm going to do it. Take these supplements. I'm like, here, take these Brazil nuts. They have selenium in them. Like, just eat them. So, yeah, I would say it's that. It's just like the awareness piece, the being able to lean on you. You've helped me with, detoxifying my home and just switching to healthier alternatives. I mean, I could just go on and on. And then, these little, like, I use this a lot. It smells amazing. It's a hormone balance, which I absolutely love. So Katie sends little gifts, and then there's some other things, the gua sha, I never say that right. And then this little,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, just all these little gifts that you've given me. So I definitely, it's a comprehensive program that's definitely highly valuable, that will influence my future children. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. I love it. I'm so honored to work with you and Eric too, and I am also proud of him because not all partners will do that. A lot of partners are hands off and they don't work on their diet, or sometimes they don't even take supplements. So you're definitely lucky in that department for sure. So
Yeah.
go, Eric. You're doing a great
Yeah.
job.
Celebrating Eric. Yeah. He's like, what do I need to do? I'll do it. I said, okay. Stop drinking. He's like, how long does this need to happen? But yeah, he'll
Oh,
be fine. I do want to celebrate you, because Katie is a published author now, and I bookmarked this so that I could show
mhm.
everybody. So Katie is now in our book,
Oh,
and I am so
beautiful.
proud of her. So I wanted to share our book, Moving Beyond the
Thank
Counter.
you.
It's all about elevating into entrepreneurship. So I didn't want to forget to mention that as well. I am so, so proud of you.
Yes, thank you so much. I just ordered it and it should be here any day now. I can't wait to get it in my hands and to share it with anyone who could benefit from it as well. So, I just want to ask one more question. So, what would you say is the biggest piece we've worked on that has accelerated your path to having a
Uh,
healthy conception?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would definitely say the tests. So the sperm test that we did
Hmm.
and the ovulation, because I feel like a lot of people like, so if I say in another reality, I didn't hire you, my husband and I would have tried for a year, gone to see a
Hmm.
fertility specialist, gone the Western medical route of, oh, well, just keep trying, or, there wouldn't be any answers where you looked at everything: diet, supplements, medications, blood work, um, mindset, all of those things. And you were like, hey, I recommend this. We did the sperm test. Okay, this is the result. Okay, now we're moving forward with XYZ. This is what we need to do. I
Hmm.
did the prove test. I wouldn't have known that. It would have been a year or more before I would have even known to do any of those things. So I feel like that's a big needle mover, is just finding out earlier what's actually going on so that we're not waiting a year down the road and then I'm 35, then 36, and then it's still not happening. So I think feeling empowered is one of the things that I definitely feel when working with you, because I feel equipped with the tools to navigate. Okay, I'm doing everything I absolutely can to facilitate this healthy, natural pregnancy. And I feel like that
Hmm.
is just priceless. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, empowerment is really my goal at the end of the day. I
Mm-hmm.
want to empower my ladies so they feel confident, but also calm and you're not all over the place. And then when you do go to your doctor, you're ready to advocate for yourself. You're not like your doctor works for you. It's not the other way around. But so you
Mm.
feel confident in that space. So I'm so happy that you feel empowered and that we're working together. And I know that you're going to be pregnant when the time is right and meant for you. And yeah, thank you so much for your time today, Christina, and just being an amazing client as well. It has been a beautiful journey so far, and I definitely look forward to working together in the future until we bring this baby home.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on. I hope that my story helped to inspire somebody out there that, while I'm not pregnant yet, I know that it is, the journey is just so much easier and I feel so good about it. So, yeah, thank you so much, Katie.
Beautiful. Yes, thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Rising into Mindful Motherhood podcast. If this episode resonated with you or gave you an aha moment, stop what you're doing right now and write a review. This simple act of kindness helps me get this podcast out to connect with as many women as I possibly can. I also have a special offer. If you send me a screenshot of your review, I will take $250 off one of my premium coaching containers. Let me know what resonated with you the most and why. So connect with me in my free Facebook community or tag me on Instagram. You'll find both listed below. Thanks again from the bottom of my heart for tuning in to this episode, and I'll see you next time.